guys, I'm here with the Hi-Point C9 3D printed on a low point frame. Now, this is one of a few Hi-Point compatible frames that exist. There's at least two that I know of that go by the term low point, as well as one that goes by the term no point. This is the Freeman 1337 low point, and it's for the C9, the 9mm model. Haven't got into contact. I've heard this isn't the most. Haven't get into contact with the actual sellers, the page Parts Dispensed. I've come to learn that these things aren't the most standardized, so you will find some differences if you order a parts kit. For example, this one did not come with a safety, even though it does have the cutout on the frame. I believe they are supposed to send me one though, so that's good. It does come with a magazine. I just misplaced it. I'll find it by the time we go out shooting. One other thing it was missing was the retaining pin for the slide in the back here. It just didn't come in the right size, so I just found a miscellaneous plastic piece and used that. Although I don't think I'll be able to get it out now. It will do the job. Now, if you're not familiar with Hi-Points, their big gimmick is that they're dirt cheap. This parts kit here came in roughly $125, not including taxes and shipping. I personally didn't pay taxes because that's just not required in my state, but it probably will be in yours. Another thing this does require is the frame does not have a built-in sear pin, so you will have to go to Lowe's or something and find a roofing nail. I believe it's the 3D finishing nail. You just need a 3D finishing nail and something to cut it off so it can act as a proper sear pin right in here behind the slide. Now, the magazine, I don't have it here, but it's a single stack 7-round. It would be nice to put Glock rounds in this thing, but having put it together, I don't see how that's possible. As it stands, this thing is definitely designed around how it is right now. And how it is designed is to get it to work for as cheap as possible. There was a time when you could get these parts kits here for roughly $30. Obviously, once the files proliferated, that wasn't an option. The vultures had already come in. But $125 for a functional semi-automatic is not terrible. Rather fascinating that it could be possible and how much $100 really is worth in a gun world. It's a straight blowback using a zinc oxide slide to provide all of the weight for the blowback action. The spring exists, but it's not really anything to write home about. I can move it a little, just shaking it. That being said, it does shoot as long as you don't do anything funny with it. Before I went out, I'll be going out today, I was shooting steel, and today I'll be shooting brass. It should work with both, so it worked with steel. I don't see why it wouldn't work with brass. That's what I see everyone else shoot with it. And then, since it is straight blowback, it should be pretty accurate compared to, say, a Glock where the barrel will move as you're shooting. Of course, eventually those kinds of things are usually past a point where you'll notice based upon the skill of the shooter. One thing I've had issues with in this frame is the magazine catch can be a bit finicky sometimes. I will have to smack it in real hard. But sometimes we'll go in randomly, and I don't see anyone having to be too aggressive with the real deal, so it could just mean they need to revise this model slightly, or maybe I have an imperfect print. There is a lot of scarring on this print, so maybe. Because this did use some pretty wacky to remove tree supports. But yeah. The trigger wasn't anything to write home about. it works. It's basically just pivoting a little piece on the side here to get this to drop. So far, I haven't noticed any extreme damage to the frame from the few rounds I have shot through it. We'll see what goes through later. It's printed on a generic orange PLA Plus eSun filament. It was back when I started working on this project, everyone was printing in orange, so I just decided to go with that. And I've had this for a little bit. I've been working on this video for a little bit. I wasn't sure what to do exactly, but I've got it all together now. So, yeah, you saw this gun in the last printed episode, and well, we're about to shoot it. I don't know what else there is to say about that. But yeah, let's get to it then. That's enough talking out of me. Hello everybody, we're out here in the field. I got the high point here, unloaded currently. So I've just got one mag here. I only have one of these mags it came with, and it only really fits 7 rounds, but it's a bit of a mess to reload out in the field here, so I'm just going to shoot this one mag. Went in no problem. But it did not load a second one, and instead the bolt held open. Try it again. It seems to be doing that a lot. I'm going to try two-handing it now. There we go. It did not hold open on the last round, however. So that's a bit interesting. Let's check it seems like the actual part that gets pulled open is actually getting a lot of pressure put on it. The actual part that manages the hold open mechanism. But it does not appear to have completely broken, just to be a bit, I guess it's a bent when it slightly changes the color of the plastic to like a whitish. So yeah, it's doing that. But that's not an integral component, it just holds the bolt open. Everything else appears to be holding up rather well. I'm not seeing any cracks along the slide, although I do see a lot of support scarring. I use the tree supports for this. Everything seems to be holding up. Somewhat warm, but not extremely warm. Yeah, looks like it's all good. Checking it again, I did get the slide to hold open on its own again. It just didn't do it for that last round, which is weird, but acceptable. Alright. The High Point adventures aren't quite up yet. I actually will be working on part 2 about this slightly different one. Although it might take a little bit because it is requiring a lot of elbow grease to get working. But once it's done, I'll make sure it's got a video on it. See you soon.